Let me talk to you also about what we are seeing as far as the digital landscape is concerned. And I know that this is a space that you've been actively looking at and very confident of its growth. Whether we talk about UPI transactions, so on and so forth, we've seen the steady up move. Today, of course, reports about Paytm being in talks with another conglomerate for a potential deal. We understand that those talks haven't moved any further beyond the preliminary discussions. But how do you see the landscape shaping up? Do you believe that we are likely to see significant consolidation in the fintech space?
Yeah, Shirin, something interesting is happening in the fintech space. In the sense, the 60, 70,000, maybe now 80,000 entrepreneurs that were set up. I've gotten to see a few of them primarily in the financial services sector. And it's an amazing story. The platform value that they've created and what the platform can do is unbelievable. The problem is that their investors find that all you need to look at is getting to be a unicorn and pile up losses in the interim, which I think is an inappropriate story, path. And that has led to this story that we are talking about. Is it stable? Will it lead to mergers, acquisitions, and all? So I think there's a disconnect between value creation in the platform and valuation expectations. I think this is what entrepreneurs would need to first address, and their investors will first need to address. Thereafter, progress will happen, because progress certainly will happen, and these people are contributing a significant part to that progress of our economy. Now, coming to again, what is happening at the deep end, as it were, of the technology platform. What I've seen over the 5 years, in the last 5 months, is the cost of technology has dropped to an extent which is unbelievable. I'm a strong believer in Moore's Law, and that is how we did the rollout in my old bank, ICICI Bank, going back 20, 25 years. But today's costs are just unbelievable. When I started taking a deep dive, as it were, I had expectations, let's say, technology costs would be X, but now I believe that technology costs really are not even 0.2X, maybe 0.1X, of what I had in mind just 5 or 6 months back. So with this sort of change in technology costs, this is going to do the same thing that low cost of data has done to the wider public. That is, the Digitex and new builds, as it were, the new companies, will be able to come into being at very low cost. And they could provide great service to the country. And there will indeed be some disruption as a process. So we will see some exciting things going on. And the good thing here is that we are at just the start of this curve. And the whole digital process and the impact of digitalization in India and its impact on the GDP will be probably the next exercise that economists should really work on. I was just looking at numbers from China the other day. From 5 years back, almost nothing. Today, last year when I saw it, it was contribution to GDP was 35%. This year, the number is 40%. So my belief is that 5 years from now, if you look at India, how much incremental contribution will be there from the digital economy is going to be, to me, a very exciting number. And that number, I would think, will not be less than 20%. I think it's in the 20-25% of the economy. So we are all undercounting our growth. So we have our growth as put out now, but nobody has a fix on what will Digital India contribute. It's going to be a significant part, not only in terms of growth, but also in terms of the employment generation. We don't have a fix on the employment generation that's happening. Now, we might need to really recategorize the workers, because, for example, if you look at the delivery system that's happening, going from e-commerce, we call them gig workers. I think we should not call them gig workers. We should title them properly. We should make sure they're under a structure which is properly implemented. And why should we keep, and we should bring them to the center of what I call the organized labor market. I do not know where exactly they fall in today. We should bring them to the center of the organized labor market, so that we also have a proper idea of what really is employment and what is unemployment. So I think there are exciting things we could do. But bottom line, Digital India will contribute a significant part to our growth going forward.
So let me just try and get you to labor on that point a little bit more specifically, sir, in the context of Jio Financial Services. You do believe that this is an exciting time as far as the Digital India story is concerned, but specifically for the Jio Financial Services aspiration, what next and what can we expect?
Again, at this stage, we are working out the whole rolling out in a way the plan, not into execution mode. So all I can say is whatever was said in the demerger document stays. We are working on that to get the demerger out. And it would be premature for me to say till the plan is approved and we roll out. But the background that I indicated to you, the cost disruption that I indicated to you, the leanness which we can build, I think all going to segue into any company's build out into including Jio Financial Services. So we are looking at a very exciting time of entry, where I believe there's another disruption that's happening in the technology context, the disruption happening in the aspirations of our people, and the growth momentum. So all should bode well for Jio or any new aspirant who's coming in at this point of time with virtually a clean slate.